Hello, everyone. We're back again. And I want to remind you that we are today at the session one. We're talking about vintage. And I'm very happy to introduce our sponsor of this session is the Ultigrade company, and want to introduce our experts, our first experts. First of them is Eddie Lee and Eloisa.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Eddie, it's word to you. I'll let you introduce yourself and talk what's interesting in this industry by your perspective.
Okay, thank you. So my name's Eddie. Apparently, I was actually working in a bank in HSBC. Pretty much based in Canada, North America. I am currently a founder of a blockchain consulting company, helping several projects to tokenize their projects. Normally, I take projects that are more have actual business uses in advertising field, in fintech field. So yeah, my pretty much specialty is also in that area as well. Thank you very much for inviting me here, and yeah, I'm very looking forward to this session goes.
Okay, perfect. Eloisa, your turn.
Hi, everyone. So I'm Eloisa Marchesoni. I'm a freelance advisor for ICOs, STOs, and IEOs. I'm an expert in the tokenization processes and especially in the engineering of token architectures. I do not have a vertical role on a specific industry. My interest is very transversal, and my specialty is on never seen before projects. That's how I call them. So very big and disruptive. And yeah, so that's why I'm here. I think I can bring to you guys some very insightful use cases, not just on the enterprise field.
Okay, perfect. As Eloisa mentioned, we see that on the market are becoming new trend. It's called IEO, Initial Exchange Offering. What do you think? Where the trend goes, maybe being some representative or initial coin offering, which started from 2017 and then goes down to 2018. What's your expectation on this market?
So I think all of us have seen the scammy ICOs that have been discovered or uncovered, let's say. IEOs are a very good chance for initial coin offerings to be a little bit more regulated. And of course, since they will be relying on the due diligence services of exchanges, it is safer for investors. There is though one big con, I think, because there may be the risk of having whales buying a big part of the tokens, of the coins, and then at the end of the year trying to resell their whole property in order to increase their profits, and that could dump the value of the coins on the exchange. But that's just one risk, and I think every kind of issuance has its own. So I can totally see this trend going up, but most likely not as increasing as the STO trend.
Okay, AD, what's your thoughts about this?
Actually, I think IEO is a really interesting concept. I have actually few friends actually, working hobby, Binance app, all that sort of doing the market trading and also market making things, right? About IEO. I think the most important thing for IEO is exchange providing the credit show for the projects, which is not as before, in ICOs. A lot of times, the whole organization is very decentralized. So pretty much if there's anything goes wrong, nothing can be traced back to them. Now that pretty much exchanges are taking credentials and also taking responsibilities, then if anything goes wrong, at least you can track back to the exchange. I think that's more of the idea, giving a little bit of like a vouch thing. It's the trend is really interesting. We see a lot of new money going in. There's a lot of pumps. Just I think yesterday TOP was on Hobby Prime. and then Bittrex is also doing something really exciting. And also like what Eloisa was saying, I think STO will also have some kind of similar halo effect on that as well. Overall, I'm very bullish on this.
Perfect view. I appreciate it. As we are live, and we have a question from our chat. Just Kenneth Hoover wants to know that analytics claim to find evidence of the approaching recession of the financial market data. If the world faces a new 2008 crisis, could it become a golden age for the cryptocurrency as an alternative financial system?
I can start.
Yeah, please.
Okay. So what I've been hearing a lot from the customers that I deal with, or just the public, is that cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, is a good chance to go back to the good old gold standard.
Yeah.
As maybe a solution for a possible future economic crisis. What I can say is that, of course, the gold standard itself and this new e-gold standard opportunity could be a good one to seize. But I think we as humanity need to learn from the history. Of course, it would have to be applied in a much better manner and to be thought of very, very closely. It could be also a good chance to find a compromise between this very decentralized model, economic model, and centralization of the presence of central banks. So it could solve a little bit the dilemma. But whether to say or not that cryptocurrencies would solve the problem completely, I think it is a little bit too much.
Okay, Eloisa, got it. Eddie, what's your view?
Yeah, I'm in part with Eloisa as well. Cryptocurrencies and other alternative assets, for example, some gold or silver or other things, like they can really, I mean, they did provide a hedge, against mainstream asset or stock or these or that. But however, it has its imitation, and as we traders always say, nothing can be predicted. It's always the trend. So I think it's an alternate. Certainly, there's going to be money or asset putting into crypto space. That's for sure. As if the recession really starts, but if it will be the ultimate savior, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Maybe you want to adding something, Eloisa?
Sure. I think about this topic, the economic recession, I think we've covered it all. One thing I really wanted to say, is a couple words about STOs, because we've been talking about new trends, and that's quite a new one. I wanted to highlight maybe some pros and cons. The pros are totally the fact that with respect to IPOs, they are a little bit more cost saving in terms of legal costs, maybe. And also the very big pro is that STOs can give the opportunity to any kind of property to be sold to the public of the small investors as well, and which can invest in very, very small fractions, of course, of the property and of the security, because one can go up to 18 decimal digits instead of just 2 or 3, which you can find in regular exchanges. Of course, the big con for now, which has been a big con for any kind of issuance based on crypto assets, is regulation. I think because not every state, as we know, is okay with crypto and blockchain. And the other big issue is finding a standard among all states, among all businesses, and among just everyone in the industry.
Okay, perfect. Eddie, what do you think about this new upcoming STOs? It's not upcoming; it's just any kind of thing yet.
Yeah, I still have been a while, since I think early last year. I was actually had the pleasure to help one of the real estate project to do STO as well. So we have, because we're based in Canada, we are very familiar with North America, security laws and stuff. There are certainly some barriers to enter right now. I will say that I have high hope for it. It's a alternative security methodology. However, the barrier is still there. For example, all the investors still have to follow Reg D. If you actually follow Reg D, it's pretty much like crowdfunding for normal stocks. That will limit a passion of a lot of crowd investors, I would think, because they will have to be a high value investor, which I think in US or in states in US or in Canada they have to be earning, I think, $500K a year, or $200K, yeah, somewhere there. So that's something that we don't see right now. And then the other thing is liquidity, I guess. For example, the first STO that been on, it's on Open Finance, I think, it's Spice VC. And then the liquidity of Spice VC isn't really as good as people thought. Of course, this is a new thing, and then people still trying out. So I think STO is a good direction. For now, we still need more time to evaluate this.
Okay, perfect. Our users, which are looking on us online, are very excited to know, and they want to ask once more question, if you don't mind, about our first cryptocurrency, about Bitcoin. They want to know, did Bitcoin eventually be regulated as financial asset, maybe as store or as value, rather than the digital money, means of exchange, or this is the way for the both entities? Just your opinion.
I'll start with this question, I guess. So I was actually from the bank. I was from HSBC, doing banking for quite some years, yes. And then the experience I have with banks or regulators against these alternative assets is that regulation always comes when the market is mature. Right now, I don't think crypto market is mature enough yet. No matter in the total market capitalization or the facilities of it, exchange, brokers, mortgage, a lot of things. It's not there yet. So I won't say that the destination or the fate of cryptocurrency is to be regulated. After all, it's actually a disrupting technology or disrupting financial product against mainstream. If you want to regulate it, eventually it will become part of the mainstream, which is just gonna be like, I mean, if you consider it fully regulated, it's just gonna be stock. Okay. I don't think that's any interesting, and then it pretty much, I think, denies a lot of benefits it originally holds. So I would say that if there's going to be a regulation, it's going to be new regulation, the new model for everything. It's not going to be following the previously pattern. But before this new pattern or this new standards of regulation comes out, it will still remains adventurous and exciting, I guess.
Okay, Eloisa, what's your point of view about our first cryptocurrency called Bitcoin?
Yeah, I do agree with Eddie Lee, and of course, according to the curves, the blockchain technology underlying the Bitcoin, and then of course the all other cryptocurrencies, including the Bitcoin, will come to a specific state in about 10 years, which is a very long time. Before then, all of this confusion given by volatility and all sorts of behavioral finance processes will hinder regulation, I think, and a clear framework as an outcome. Though I have always believed in Bitcoin not just as a cryptocurrency, but as an asset, and specifically as an asset that should become like the e-gold, as I was referring to earlier. So a risk-free asset that all of us should have in their wallets, much as a diversification instrument, and not very much as a means of payment. Whereas I would use 2.0 or 3.0 cryptocurrencies as those means of payment.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I have to finish our amazing conversation. I'm sorry, Eloisa. Thank you, Eddie. But we have to close because, yes, time is over and very close. I'm very happy to have you here, Eddie, Eloisa, because the first expert conversation. I want to say our audience, good luck in their projects. I want to remind about voting on site, changing from the list, and we'll be back within a couple of minutes. Thank you, Eloisa. Thank you, Eddie.
Thank you.